Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got something new yet familiar. Hang on. That's a good, bold cup of coffee to start off the morning. That's wonderful. Yeah, from Trader Joe's. They're single serve cups. They're French roast, dark roast coffee. Boy, this is really good. If you like a nice, bold, dark roast coffee in a single serve cup, check this out. Really terrific. Goes right into the Keurig machine, and it does look a little different. I'll show you what the single cup looks like. Rather different than the traditional Keurig kind of cup. Has some sort of cloth material here around the side, the outer diameter here. But yeah, it fits right in the Keurig machine, and it brews up a nice cup of coffee. French roast coffee cups, 12 single serve cups right there in the top. And it is a dark roast, 100% Arabica coffee. I'll let you get a screenshot of that in case you're going to be at your local Trader Joe's store. You can pick that up. That is very, very nice, very, very convenient. We like it a lot. And wow, it's terrific. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. If you're taking me on your morning commute, thank you very much for the ride this morning. Really do appreciate it. Got some great topics for you. Got some great stuff in shaving gear, some good comments and questions. Just really, really just a boy, I'm looking forward to this morning's show, and I'm so glad you joined me this morning. Again, get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. And let's kick it off, as we always do each week, with a morning shaving tip. Okay, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Paul Desjardins. And Paul writes, "Good morning, Mark. Here's a tip for folks that want a hot lather. After making sure your sink is running hot, place your empty shave bowl in your now plugged sink. Let the hot water run until the bowl overflows into the sink and 3/4 up your bowl. Remove your bowl and build your lather as usual. Now, instead of putting your bowl on the counter, put it back in your sink. The hot water will heat up your lather for a great hot shave." Wow, that's a great tip, Paul. Thank you very, very much. That's something I'm going to try as well. And it seems to me that if you have a bowl that will retain heat rather well, will work all the better. Like a stainless steel bowl, like this Grand Chairman bowl from Vikings Blade, stainless steel. The Grand Chairman is, larger than their standard bowl. So, so a lot of water will fill that up, and then 3/4 of the way up. Yeah, that's a good size. Also, another great bowl that retains heat is the Supply Marble Bowl. This is a terrific, terrific shaving bowl, and Marble does a great job of retaining heat. This would work wonderfully well with that shaving tip, that process. And of course, it has some ridges on the inside here. I don't know if you can see those or not. See if I can get that. It has some ridges in there. There you can see them. Ridges, so you can kind of add a little bit of friction to build that lather. But yeah, that would work great too. I think I'm going to try it with both of these bowls. That's a fantastic, fantastic tip, Paul. Thank you very, very much. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original George sketch. So all you have to do is email me your snail mail address at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would also like an original George sketch that I'm sending to Paul, all you have to do is send me your shaving tip. Send it to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and if I use it in the shaving tip segment, you too will receive an original George sketch, just like Kurt Arnsoli did. And he received his the other day and framed it up and is hanging it in his home, in his shaving den, I believe. And it looks wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Kurt. I really do appreciate it. That looks absolutely wonderful. Just Fantastic. I'm very flattered when viewers frame these sketches up and hang them in their homes, in their shaving dens. That really is, I'm honored. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, Kurt, very much for doing that and sending that picture along. And if you've done that and you haven't sent a picture of the framed sketch, please send it to me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will feature it in the morning shaving tip segment. So everyone gets to see a little bit of your shaving den world and the sketch that you have on the wall. So thanks again to Paul and to Kurt. Really do appreciate it. Really, gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Okay, we're off to a great start. You know, I didn't mention it in the beginning of the show that I'm using the Alien Space Mug from Phoenix Shaving. I got this with the Cosmic Christmas Cookies shave soap release last Christmas, and they give you an Alien Space Mug. That's fantastic. And the reason why I'm using it is because I just ordered Ciderhouse 5, the shave soap, the aftershave, and the balm. And you know, if you look at the product page, they've got that alien paranormal kind of backstory to it. So that's why I'm using this to kind of celebrate the fact that I ordered it, and hopefully it'll be here, hopefully by the end of the week, maybe something like that, maybe midweek. And then we're going to review it and have a shave with it because it's supposed to be a great, great autumn scent. So I'm looking forward to that. You know what else I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to going back for a refill. Okay, we got some great, great topics in the refill this morning regarding razors, blades, that sort of thing. Walt's Synth Lab, that's his screen name, kicks it off by saying, "Great shave, Mark. The Merkur 34 is a great razor, no doubt about it, but I've had a few issues that precludes me from using it as my daily razor." Now, he's talking about the Merkur 34C right here. I recently did a shave with a feather blade with this. For me, this is a very, very mild razor. Anyhow, he continues, "Your mileage may vary is so true, especially for me with regards to the Merkur 34. I can certainly use the 34 daily, but not with a feather razor blade. It's just too problematic for me. I generally nick myself up with it on the first shave, and 3 passes for me is really asking for it. It's amazing. I also have a Rockwell 6C. Now I have the Rockwell 6S right here. That's what he's talking about. The 6C obviously is the chromed version of the 6S, both great razors. He also has a Rockwell 6C, and that did the trick with the multi-plate perfectly. Between the 34 and plate 3 on the 6C, the 6C is just a little bit milder than the 34. Then I can switch over to plate 2 for a second and third pass. Having said that for myself, I can still use the 34G. Well, he puts G in parentheses. He wants to qualify that because he has a 34G, which is a 34C, only gold-plated. A beautiful razor, absolutely beautiful. He can use a 34G on a daily basis, but not with a feather. Usually a Gillette Silver Blue. It took me months to find the right combo and technique. Better than going back to the cartridges. Well, I agree. I absolutely agree. He adds, love that Droid Black. It's #1 on my shopping list. Yeah, that's that new shave soap from Phoenix Shaving. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's an absolutely awesome scent. Their homage to Floyd Black. It is wonderful. It absolutely is wonderful. Looking forward to the Monday morning mailbag. Have a great day, Mark. Hey, thanks very much, Walt Synth Lab. I really do appreciate it. And I get it. You know, your mileage may vary. Does apply with the traditional wet shave. For the most part, I think everyone is going to probably have similar experiences, but there are some of us out there, if we use a particular razor and blade, a lot of other folks are using and getting great shaves, might not add up to the same result. But that's what's so great about the traditional wet shave. You'll find a razor, a blade, a soap, a brush, etc., that fits your wallet, your beard, and your skin type. And it sounds like the 34G and the Gillette Silver Blue work great for you. And the Rockwell 6C, yeah, terrific razor. I love mine. I use the number 3 plate as well, and I get some great shaves with them. It really is fantastic. And yeah, I agree. It's much better than a cartridge, and just a great way to shave. So yeah, thanks very much for those comments. I really do appreciate it. Now, viewer Dennis wanted to talk about the number of uses from a razor blade. And we had some discussion about that in a previous Monday morning mailbag. I am usually 2 to 3 shaves, and I toss a blade and I go for a new one. Some other viewers out there want to use the blade as much as possible and maybe get 5, 10, 15 shaves from a single blade. Maybe it's kind of a sporting challenge for them. I don't know. But Dennis writes, I also wanted to comment on one of the refill topics. I agree with you and want to use a new blade as often as possible. I have never gotten more than 2 3-pass shaves with any blade. Nowadays, it's one and done for the blades. My motto for wet shaving is, don't be cheap with the cheap stuff. Thanks for all you do, Dennis. Dennis, I love that motto. That summarizes what I've been saying. Blades are inexpensive, and I treat myself to a new one as often as possible. I absolutely love that motto. Don't be cheap with the cheap stuff, because blades are inexpensive. It doesn't cost a lot to use a new blade. And again, as I say, get a blade bank and recycle them. And you're also doing your environmental duty out there as well. So yeah, it's great motto. And I think I'm going to use that down the road. So thank you very much for that, Dennis. Really do appreciate it. Viewer Swamp Foxer wrote regarding razors and blades in combination. He said, Mark, great shave. I found that using a super mild razor with a sharp blade gets me the best shaves. I'm able to make more passes and have less irritation overall than when I use more aggressive razors. Also, I find that my second shave with a feather blade is better than the first. Well, we talked about that also. A lot of wet shavers do feel that that second shave with a razor blade is more comfortable and maybe smoother and more efficient than that first shave. It has something to do with maybe refining the edge a little bit during that first shave. Which is why some wet shavers will cork a brand new blade to kind of knock down whatever burrs might be on that edge from the manufacture process, that sort of thing. He goes on to say, finally, have you ever considered corking a blade? Yeah, well, yeah, we did talk about that. That means lightly dragging the edges of a blade through a cork, like from a wine bottle. I thought it was bunk until I tried it for the Reddit wet shaving lather games this year. It definitely resulted in a smoother shave with an Astra Green, which often drags a bit on my beard. Yeah, I'm going to go back and try that, and I'm going to try it with a cork. I've usually tried it with a styrofoam cup because I don't have a cork laying around. I'll have to get a hold of I have to contact my niece Kelly because she is the wine aficionado in the family, and I'll ask her for some corks that she might have laying around just for that purpose. So yeah, I'm sorry to jump ahead on your comment there, but yeah, I will be corking a blade down the road to see how that works out, and we'll see how it works. But yeah, it's all part of the process in getting the best shave for you. As has been said, your skin, your rules. So if corking a blade works for you on a new blade, hey, all the more for you. So thanks very much for that, Swamp Fox. I really do appreciate the comment. Pierre Martinez writes, hi, Mark. Nice autumnal shirt. Yeah, I had a rather nice autumn shirt last week, and this was not too bad. In a YouTube video, Douglas Smythe and Matt from Razor Emporium discussed the number of uses of a blade. They said you can get 3 to 5 shaves. Of course, you can probably get 10, 20 or more, but at the microscopic level, you are doing more damage and more harm to your skin. That makes sense for me, and I think these guys know what they're talking about. Have a nice week. Thanks very much for passing that on. Yes, Doug and Matt make a very, very good point there. I absolutely agree with that. looking at the microscopic level of too many shaves from a blade, yeah. You know what? Your face, your rules, your skin, your rules, I think applies here. And that's why I say I try to use a new blade as often as possible. It's not that expensive. Just like I use a new shaving towel with each shave. I use a new shaving towel and I kind of rotate them. I think I've talked about that. I'll use a shaving towel on my face and then I'll put that out to dry. And then I'll use that to maybe mop up the counter, maybe to wipe out my shaving bowl, wipe down the counter, that sort of thing. And I'll use a new towel for that next shave. And because, you know, it's my skin, it's my face. I want to give it the best attention and the best stuff for it, which is another reason why, you know, I looked at artisan shaving soaps. A lot of viewers here encouraged me to go in the direction of artisan shave soaps. They were correct. Boy, there's some great ingredients in these artisan shave soaps, especially if you look at the Phoenix Shaving line of shaving soaps. Great, great ingredients in there. A lot of good skin food, as they say. So, you know, if you're, my reason is, if I'm going to be using an artisan shave soap, which has some great skin benefits, why would I mess it up by using a blade that I've used, you know, 8 times already? No, throw a new blade in there, you know, treat your skin, pamper yourself a little bit. You know, it's your face, you only got one of them, right? So thanks very much for that, Pierre. I really do appreciate it. Bart Bartlett writes, it's always fun to start Mondays with your Monday morning mailbag. Thank you very much, Bart. I appreciate that. Lots of new shaving gear info this week. And speaking of autumn soaps, I just bought a soap called Autumn from Donald Younger's Wet the Face store. It's a great soap, and the fragrance of fresh apples with a hint of cinnamon definitely brings back memories of autumn. I also like Whiskey Woods aftershave. It really complements Tabac and similar barbershop soaps. Regarding the use of razor blades for more than 3 to 5 shaves, I have so many razor blades that I would never use them all if I each used one for a month. P.S. Love my Rockwell 6S with plate R3 and R1 for daily shaves. Have a great week. Yeah, Bart, thanks for those comments. Confirming again the Rockwell razor with the number 3 plate. A lot of wet shavers love that number 3 plate. I know I do for both face shaves and head shaves. Autumn, I'm going to have to look that one up from Donald Younger's Wet the Face. Although, again, I've got Ciderhouse 5 on order, and it's going to be arriving soon. I'm really looking forward to that. We'll be talking about that more in new shaving gear. And yes, Whiskey Woods, we mentioned it last week. Terrific, terrific, great scent. Classic barbershop kind of vibe. And I agree, it goes great with Tabac. Really does pair up well with that. The traditional wet shave is absolutely wonderful. The more I talk about this and exchange ideas with viewers, you know, the more elated and excited I get about the whole process and looking forward to that next shave, because there's so much great stuff out there. And it's just a great time of the day to be with yourself, by yourself, so to speak, in your little shaving den, in your little shaving world, just you and that razor and blade, that nice hot water, making that lather. You know, the old saying is, if your morning shave isn't the best part of your day, you're doing it wrong. Contrast that with a lot of guys who are just, you know, getting foam out of a can, slapping it on their face and getting a cartridge and going zip, 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 and then running out the door. Nah, you know what? Traditional wet shave. Really, it's just a great way to shave. And really, just having this discussion just really makes me look forward all the more to the next shave. So thanks very much, gentlemen, for all your comments in this week's refill. Really do appreciate it. I found it to be very instructive and educational, and also, again, makes me look forward to that next morning shave. So thanks again. Really do appreciate it. Okay, let's check out some new shaving gear. Okay, we have a really nice mix of new items in the new shaving gear segment this week. To kick it off, we got something here from Glenn Takis giving us a heads up on a pre-shave oil. Well, it's not a pre-shave oil, but it's an oil you can use as a pre-shave. And he writes, hello, Mark. I bought this off of Amazon, and it makes a great pre-shave. It's called Ancient Greek Remedy Oil. It comes in a 4-ounce pump-style bottle. Maybe use this in the What's New in Shave Gear segment for next week's show. Well, yeah, I just did. Thanks very much for that, Glenn. And I looked at the product page, and not only are folks using it as a pre-shave, but some are using it as a post-shave as well. So if you're looking for a product that might meet your needs for a pre-shave, check this out, the Ancient Greek Remedy Oil. That sounds really, really intriguing. And it looks like it has a variety of uses. And looking at the comments and some of the reviews, many out there are using it as a pre-shave. Some are using it as a post-shave. So check that out. I'll have a link to it below. Thanks very much for passing that along, Glenn. Really do appreciate it. Now, Bob LaRoe sent along some sample blades for me to try. And I have tried just the one. I haven't tried the other yet. The one that I have not tried yet is the Super Gillette Blue Blade. I hope to review this in the coming week here. Just putting it out there, look for this blade. I'll try to find a link to see if Amazon sells it or see if it's somewhere else online. I really haven't investigated it too much, but if you know anything about it, please comment below and let us know. It looks like a really neat blade. Every time I turn around, Gillette has a different kind of blade. You know, Gillette yellows and greens and platinums and Swedes. And now here is a Super Gillette Blue Blade. Yeah, so I'm really excited to try this blade. He also sent along Zamchi. Now, I have used this. I've just got done shooting the review. I'm editing it. I hope to put it up sometime this week. If not this week, next week. This gave me a nice shave. This really did. I paired it up with my Phoenix Shaving Ascension Twist Adjustable Razor. And I found that opening up the blade gap on this to the more aggressive end, this really gave me a lot of blade edge, but also gave me a nice, smooth shave. And after 3 passes, wow, I got a really nice shave. It was absolutely terrific. And, you know, I had a second shave with this as well. And this time I put it in my Game Changer razor. And boy, another great shave. Again, nice blade edge feel from the Zamchi. And also a very smooth, sharp kind of approach from that blade. Really, from this blade. Really, I liked it a lot. I don't know if it has as soft an edge as, say, the Wizamet Super Iridium, but it sure does have a sharpness and a nice blade feel to it. The one thing that I was impressed by it, again, was when I opened this up a quarter of a turn or so and, you know, put this in there. And that's at a fairly aggressive level for me. And, you know, no nicks, no cuts, no irritation. A lot of nice blade feel, but the smoothness was apparent. And as I dialed it to the milder side, which really helps to smooth out the shave for me, this really responded well. And again, in the Game Changer, really nice and smooth. So that blade that I used had 2 shaves. The first shave with the Ascension Twist Adjustable from Phoenix Shaving, and the second shave was with the Game Changer. Both razors with this blade delivered wonderful shave. Kind of pricey on Amazon, $20 for 100 of these. Maybe there's a coupon available, I don't know. I'll also link these below if you're interested in them. Again, a little more blade edge than some blades out there for me. You know, nice and sharp, but a little more blade edge. Some wet shavers might like that feedback more so than, say, some other platinum-coated blades that, again, have a little more softness, a little more roundness to them, so to speak. But yeah, this was very good. I enjoyed that a great deal. Also, another blade that I'll be using is the Nuova Satinex 2000 Platinum Plus. I got these from Mark Bagwell. Have you heard of these, huh? Looking forward to trying these. Just amazing how many razor blades out there. You know, we look at all these razor blades that are out there, all these different brands from other parts of the world. It just tells me that the wet shave is just exploding, that everybody is many folks out there are ditching the cartridge razors and going to a safety razor. And I think manufacturers are responding by offering different razor blades out there. So yeah, looking forward to trying this one also. So I'll just show that to you. Nuova Satinex 2000 Platinum Plus razor blades. My thanks to Mark Bagwell for sending these along. Also, this is something that I found in the box of the, this was the Sinmern adjustable razor, or a lot of folks call this the Baby Futur, because it is adjustable. It kind of looks like a Futur, only it's a little smaller. Has that magnetic head to it. Just want to make sure I want to make sure I don't drop it here. Hang on a minute. I'll show it to you like this. There it is. Okay. Nice adjustable razor. Geez, about $10. But I was going through my shaving den, kind of cleaning out some of the cartons and boxes that I had left behind. I like to hang on to those when I'm doing the initial review or two reviews. So I have kind of a reference prop. And then after a while, I got to toss this stuff because it starts to collect. Well, I was looking at that box, and here, this was in the box. This is a WeCut razor. Now, these are made in China, even though it says EU on the package. They're made in China. I have not tried these, but if you do buy the Sinmern adjustable razor, look for these in the box. And my apologies for not seeing this the first time around. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I'll have to go back to the review. But another blade that is, unbeknownst to me, another brand of blade that is out there, the WeCut blade. So looking forward to trying that. All right, we also have something from viewer Chuck Summer. Now, Chuck very, very kindly sent along some shaving gear that I'll be reviewing. The Mingxi 3000 that ran this past Friday. Also the Razor Rock adjustable razor, putting together that review. And he also sent along the Derby, I call them USTA, but I think they're pronounced USTA. Now, the reason why I call them USTA is because it's all in caps. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm saying it improperly, but I'm looking at it as an acronym, USTA, but I think it's pronounced USTA. Anyhow, these are single-edge blades that Chuck very kindly sent along. Why did he send along some single-edge USTA razor blades? Well, he also sent along this guy right here, this single-edge razor head from Yaqi. Now, this is my handle, my stainless steel handle from West Coast Shaving that I use on the Charcoal Goods razor head set, and it just seemed to pair off very, very nicely. But this is a single-edge razor head from the Yaqi factory store on AliExpress. $9, beautifully chromed, single-edge razor head. I have yet to try this. I'm really looking forward to trying it. And again, all you have to do is get some single edge razor blades and pop this in, and you'll get a nice shave. At least, well, I'm anticipating a nice shave. I did pop a blade in there just to take a look at it, and it looks like it lined up very, very nicely. I know you can snap a double-edged razor blade in half and use that as well. I did that. It didn't seem to seat as well. So that's why I say that if you're going to get this for $9, get some single edge razor blades as well, so that they are nice and flat and they seat properly. That's just kind of my hunch here. Haven't used it yet, but again, very, very nicely put together here. And the blade just lines up very, very nicely. The blade balance and alignment, blade alignment. There's not going to be any balance there because there isn't a second side to it, but looked really, really nice. And again, $9 if you can, and I'm sure a lot of you have an extra handle out there that'll pair up nicely. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Doesn't that look awesome? I mean, I'm really looking for, when I put it on this handle, I'm just so looking forward to using this now. I mean, I was looking forward to using it when it first arrived, but when I put it on this handle, it just looks spectacular, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So that's the Yaqi single edge chromed razor head. It's called the Yaqi single edge chrome color safety razor head. It uses a double-edged half blade, the same blade that the Global Shave Clubs International Challenger razor, I did a YouTube review on that, uses. So that's it. They use a double-edged half blade with this. So I'm really looking forward to it. So my thanks to Chuck Summer for sending that along and also sending along the blades. Really, really looking forward to that. Now, also, this is something else that is just really, really neat. This came from a viewer, Abhine Samant. And he talked about, in a previous Monday morning mailbag episode, about the Gillette Guard razor. This is a razor that has a single edge to it. And he was saying that it's a great low-cost introduction to using a single edge razor. And these are marketed in the Indian market, in India. And it comes with a handle and with a blade. You know what? We're going to open this up. I'm going to review this, and I'm going to review this on camera and use it on camera, but I will start the review by opening this up right now and showing you what it looks like. This looks really, really neat. So let's just open this up here and see what's inside. Okay, there we go. I'm going to open it up like that. And, okay, so here is the handle right here. Let me pull this out. I want to try to keep this intact as possible for the actual review. So here's the handle here, okay? And then here you have this razor head right here. And of course this clips in, and I will clip that in later. But here, it's a single, check this out. It is a single, it's a single blade right here. See this here? With a guard, right like that. And that is great, and it pivots on this head. Let me see how it goes in here. Okay, it goes in here like this. Okay, there you go. There it is. How about that? Check that out, huh? Now, I don't know what the cost is. I'll try to put that on screen after I find out. And I'm assuming, because this is in the market in India, that it might not be widely available here in North America. He very, very kindly sent these all the way from India. He's in, I believe, Canada. And, somehow he got a hold of these. I'm going to have to find out how and then post that information below. Possibly eBay. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a seller on eBay. But this looks like a really nice solution. And you can see the head pivots a little bit. How neat is that? So you have a single blade and a guard. It's a nice, low-cost, introductory, single-edge razor to introduce someone to the traditional wet shave. And Abhine was saying that, I believe he was saying that some of the younger folks in his family and friends, this is what they're using before they, graduate to a safety razor. Not a bad approach. And of course, you can buy replaceable razor heads that are strung together here in these packs. And that is really, really very, very neat. So my thanks to Abhine for sending that along. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Abhine. Now, also wanted to mention that, yes, I have the Ciderhouse 5 bundle on order. I've got it in CK6 coming, along with the aftershave, and I also bought the balm with the menthol. You get two options with that from Phoenix Shaving. The aftershave balm is mentholated or non-mentholated. I went with the mentholated. I like that, a little bit of kick there. So I've got that on order. It's a great autumnal scent, and really, really looking forward to it. However, after I got done ordering it, on Facebook, Douglas Smythe posted that he has another autumnal shaving soap coming out, another shave soap for autumn, and it's called Blue Samhain, Samhain. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Douglas. Blue Samhain. And he writes on the Facebook post, so close, folks, so gosh darn close we are. Blue Samhain, one of our classic fall favorites, is coming soon, folks. Spooky, moody, and full of spirit, a.k.a. Kentucky bourbon. Scent profile, sandalwood, burnt sugar, bourbon and pumpkin, oak barrel aged, coming soon. Wow. Yeah. I would recommend you get the app so that if you have the app on your phone, you'll get the alert when that gets released. Or check out their website, follow them on Facebook, that sort of thing. That is one I'm going to get as well. I'm going to order that one as well. That is fantastic. I've got Ciderhouse 5 coming, which is, they've had that in the past, I think 9 years running, they said. So it'll be my first use of it. But this Blue Samhain sounds really terrific. The scent profile sounds awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So that kind of wraps up what we have this week in the new shaving gear segment. Covered a lot of ground here. A lot of, razor blades and razors and razor heads and shave soap. So my thanks to everybody who contributed to this week's new wet shaving gear segment. Really, really do appreciate it. Gosh, again, we got the pre-shave oil, blades, razors, razor heads. Gosh, it's just terrific. Thank you all so very, very much. The viewers absolutely make this segment possible. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. I thought that this was going to be maybe a segment I would do maybe once a month. But the viewers really come through with some great, great shaving gear week in and week out. And I'm so very happy to share it with everybody here. So thanks to all those viewers who contributed this week. Really, really do appreciate it, gentlemen. Okay, let's get to some of these questions and comments. Desperate Dan writes, I feel the first shave with a feather blade is daunting. After that, the best blade in town. Cheers. Desperate Dan, I have to agree with you. I have always approached the feather razor blades with some trepidation, some hesitancy. People say that this is a very, very sharp blade. I've heard some wet shavers write on different forums that they're downright dangerous, which is why I've only used it in a razor I know is very, very mild. Something like the Godfather Stonehenge, which gives me a very mild yet efficient shave. And since then, through encouragement from a lot of viewers here, and also from viewer Mark Bagwell, who very, very, very kindly sent me some feather razor blades, I've used these in other razors, like the Metaphor from Phoenix Shaving, a beautifully, wonderfully mild stainless steel razor. I mean, fully stainless steel. This is the flare tip series as well. You can pull that flare tip off like that, and then use it as a short handle razor, or get a different color flare tip and place it on there. I like the continuous color scheme throughout. I might get some other flare tips down the road and attach some. Matter of fact, I think when I order the Samhain shave soap, when that hits the market, I might I'll order that, and I'll probably get a couple of different color flare tips for this razor and some of the others that I have. But I agree. So I've been using it in a lot of different mild razors. I have yet to use them, yet to use a feather blade in an adjustable from the Gillette Vintage adjustable here. This one was replated by razorplate.com, Chris Evett. And boy, the thing looks brand new, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. So this Gillette Slim is one that I have not used a feather blade in, but if I do, I'm probably going to start off at maybe 3 and then see how that feels and then go from there. But as Mark Bagwell and some other viewers have noted, they feel that the best approach is a mild razor and a sharp blade. And that is one way to look at it. And yeah, feather blade is definitely sharp, and that will give you a real nice shave in a mild razor. Absolutely no doubt about it. So thanks very much for that, Desperate Dan. Really do appreciate that comment. Makes for a great discussion. Comment below and let me know. Are you using a feather blade in mild razors or in razors that are a little more aggressive? Really curious to know. Because some wet shavers have related to me on this channel in comments and in emails that using a mild razor wasn't really working for them. They went ahead and got a more aggressive razor and a more aggressive blade, and all of a sudden their shaves just improved. So yeah, your mileage may vary, and also kind of depends on your beard and skin type. So let us know in the comments below what you're using a feather blade, what kind of razor you're using a feather blade with. Really interested in knowing that. Thanks again, Desperate Dan, for that comment. Really, really do appreciate it. Okay, this next question comes from viewer Jimmy V Photography. And he writes, "Hi Mark, quick question. You've said how you leave soaps open to dry out. Does the same apply to creams like Taylor of Old Bond Street Sandalwood Cream in the tub?" Well, you know, Jimmy, the only reason why I will leave a tub of shaving soap open to dry out is because I've introduced water to it. That's really the long and short of it. Of course, you know, it gives me an opportunity to show you Droid Black because, oh gosh, that's a great scent. You got to get this. But anyhow, I usually throw some hot water on top of the puck, and then I'm loading my brush and I'm doing a face lather, that sort of thing. So in order to prolong the storage life or the shelf life of it, I leave this open and let that water dry out completely. I don't think that's necessary when it comes to shaving cream, because you're not introducing any water to it. I don't know what the shelf life of a shaving cream like this one from Art of Shaving here. This is their sandalwood shaving cream. I don't know what the shelf life of this is. Now, I've had this one quite some time, and it looks like the scent is okay, and it doesn't look like it's discolored in any way that I notice. This is probably, I don't know how old this is, to be perfectly honest with you, but no, I'm not introducing any water into it, so I'm not. You know, when I use it, I just put the lid back on and that's it. However, I find myself getting away from shaving creams, since viewers have talked about and encouraged me to try artisan shave soaps. And with the shave soaps, I'm enjoying my shave more. I'm enjoying the process more. I love the face lather, and this affords me a better way to approach the face lather. I could do it with a shaving cream, just by putting some shaving cream dabs on my face, or actually inserting the cream into the brush and then building a face lather that way. That's absolutely acceptable, nothing wrong with that. But I just like the process of using a shave soap, and for me it's more enjoyable. But I do find myself, when I am getting a shaving cream, I find myself just getting it out of the tube more often. Right here like this, and it just seems to, I don't know, I would guess it's going to keep longer. And something like this will, again, I'll just take some of this off and I'll put it on my face, or I'll stick it in my brush and start my face lather that way. It's a real fun way to shave. And, you know, a different approach. I like doing it that way. I also find myself buying some other shave creams like the Cremo, the Trader Joe's, using these as pre-shaves. And again, I would think that the shelf life for these in these kinds of tubes, these kinds of containers, are going to be a little bit longer than something in a tub. Just a hunch on my part. Another one that I liked is the Omnishaver Shave Butter. This is terrific. Both for, I use this mostly for a head shave. Absolutely terrific. And again, this other one here that's very, very good is the Barbasol Classic Shaving Cream and Gillette Pure. So again, I find myself buying the shaving creams more in tubes than in tubs. And again, I don't know what the shelf life is on a tub. Can't recall how long I've had this. Maybe I bought this last Christmas. I don't know. And it doesn't seem worse for the wear. Gonna have to, you know, crack it open and have a shave with it and see how it performs. Maybe use the silver tip brush with this and see how that works. Looking forward to that. Another great wet shaving adventure. So thanks for mentioning the question. But yeah, the only reason why I'm letting those soaps dry out is because I introduced water to them. I'm not introducing any water to these, to a shaving cream in a tub. I would think that getting a dollop out, and then capping it on, you'll probably be good to go. What the shelf life is of a shaving cream in a tub like this, I couldn't tell you. If anybody knows, please comment below. If the folks at Taylor of Old Bond Street are watching this, hey, let us know. Or the folks at Art of Shaving, please let us know what the shelf life of a shaving cream in one of your tubs is. Really would be curious to know that. But I've had this one quite some time, and the scent is great, and it looks like it's ready to go. So yeah, it looks like it's very, very hardy, and looks like it will have a good shelf life. I just don't know how long. So thanks very much for that question, Jimmy V. I don't know if that answers it or not, but the only reason why I let the soaps dry out is because I've introduced water to it. I want it to dry out thoroughly so that when I put the cap back on, it gives me a little more shelf life. Everything is good and dry in there before I put it in there. I don't want to lock any moisture in that soap puck when I'm putting it back on the shelf. That's really the long and short of it. So thanks again for that question, Jimmy V. I really do appreciate it. Okay, this comes from viewer Bob LaRoe, and he wrote, I had a very smooth shave, but when I used the alum block, there was a lot of stinging. What might that be an indicator of? Well, the stinging, Bob, is telling you how close your shave is, how good of a shave you got. If it's stinging a lot, it means you got pretty close. And that the alum is working also, because the alum block, like this one from Phoenix Shaving with the no-slip grip, it's meant to knock down that irritation and to give you that feedback. I always talk about feedback when it comes to an alum block. I want to know how close of a shave I've gotten just by running that alum over my face. If I know that there's a lot of stinging there, you know what? Maybe my technique wasn't that great. Maybe I'm using too aggressive of a razor, that sort of thing. And there is some really, really good information on the web that kind of summarizes and confirms what I've been saying. Because if you've seen any of my shaving videos, I'm always saying, let's see what kind of feedback we get. Let's see if I've got any stinging or any zinging. If I get a little zing, like a little pinprick, that's okay. But if I'm getting a lot of stinging, that means, wow, you know what? I probably made a mistake in maybe my shaving technique with my razor. Maybe I didn't use a light enough touch. Maybe I went too aggressive with an adjustable razor and turned it up too much. That sort of thing. I'm looking for something that is smooth as ice when I pass that alum block over my face to get that nice astringent bracing from the alum. And maybe a couple of little zings here and there. Those are okay. But that tells me that I've done a good job with my shave and with my shaving technique. But anyhow, I found this information online that confirms what I've been saying in my videos regarding feedback from the alum block to kind of gauge how your shave went. And they write, and I'll link this below as well. But the true genius of an alum block is in technique monitoring, making it an essential tool when learning to shave using a double edge or straight razor. Even if you've had a comfortable shave without razor burn, there is likely still room to improve. Poor technique or blunt blades are often the cause of microscopic cuts and nicks that are invisible to the eye. Again, we go back to the idea of using a fresh razor blade, blunt razor blades, using a fresh razor blade as often as possible. When you rub the alum block over any hidden spots of irritation, it will immediately sting. The intensity of the stinging tells you how bad the irritation is. You can use this stinging to identify areas of your face where you are perhaps not being careful enough, or it could be a signal that your blade needs changing. Again, I like to use a new blade as often as possible. The stinging feel from applying alum to irritated skin only lasts a few seconds as it helps to soothe and reduce inflammation. When you can consistently run an alum block over your freshly shaved skin without a hint of stinging, you know that you've mastered your wet shaving technique. Bravo! Whoever wrote that, thank you very much. You have confirmed what I've been saying in a lot of my shaving videos. Not that I'm the author of that, but that's the idea that's been around for a long, long time with the traditional wet shave, and I'm glad that it's here so succinctly. That is absolutely what the intention of the alum block is. That's why I use it post-shave after every single shave. I do think it's a great monitoring tool. That's why I say, let's see what kind of feedback we get. And it tells me if I've gone over that edge, I've gone too aggressive with my shave. Or if I've, maybe I've run into a problem, maybe going against the grain on my neck, something like that. But it really was a game changer for me, Bob. Getting an alum block was an absolute game changer. I recall I went into an Art of Shaving store when I came back to the traditional wet shave because I was looking for answers. And there was an Art of Shaving store locally in my area, and at a mall, a local mall. I went in there, and the young lady who was a sales rep there did an absolutely fantastic job in explaining everything to me. And yes, they were a little more pricey, but I really felt that I was paying for the salesmanship and the information as well. And she recommended an alum block. And at that time, I really didn't know much about an alum block, and I used it and then kind of set it aside. And, as I was going along with the process, I decided to investigate a little bit more, and then got back into using an alum block, and it was just an absolute game changer for me. So thanks very much for the question, Bob. I think it was really a great one. We've talked about this before, but it's always great to revisit it. And if you out there are also looking to improve your shave, check out using an alum block. Two ways to use it. You can, if you're done with your shave, just run it under some cold water, rub it over your skin, let it sit there for about 20 or 30 seconds, then rinse it off, then follow that up with your aftershave splash or a balm. Or like I do, I wet the alum block under cold water, I run it over my face, and I let it sit there, then I follow it up with an aftershave splash. Now, depending on your skin type, you know what? You might get a little excessive dryness from an alum block. It depends on your skin. So try it each way, see what happens. If it ends up drying out your skin a little too much, well, then you know what? Back off from it. Come back to it down the road. Again, your mileage may vary, but for me, it was an absolute game changer. I absolutely love using an alum block after every single shave. It's just a great post-shave tool for me, and it really, really helped improve my shaving technique. Absolutely. Thanks again for the question, Bob. Really do appreciate it. Okay, this next question comes from viewer BG, and he writes, outside of protecting the razor finish, what's the point of the O-ring? I know PAA, Phoenix Shaving, uses one in their adjustable razor. Thanks. Well, BG, that is the point, to protect the finish of the razor. Absolutely. And that happened for me with this razor here, the Parker Semi-Slant. I did not have an O-ring there when I was first installing a blade and assembling it and that sort of thing. And what happened was, and I'll show you right here, okay, I have the O-ring there now. Okay, there's my O-ring there. What happened was, I did mar the finish, and I did quite a number on that. Look at that. Look at that. It just, oh my gosh. I was sick. I was absolutely sick. Now, this doesn't destroy the integrity of the shave. It still shaves wonderfully well, but you don't want to mar that finish. You just don't want to do that. And that's why I use O-rings now on almost all my razors. There are some exceptions, but on almost all my razors, I'm now using an O-ring. As a matter of fact, this order I placed for the Ciderhouse 5, I got a couple of packs of these O-rings. They're $1 for 10. I threw them in there, just want to have them because little by little I'm installing them on all my razors as I'm using my razors because it will protect the finish. Now, I wrote Parker and I said, well, gee whiz, what do you think about that? They go, well, that's just the way it was plated and it marred a little bit and it's not going to affect the shave and that sort of thing. But I was still kind of sick. I mean, I was just, oh gosh, Mark, how could you do that? And viewers, again, the best viewers on YouTube came to the rescue and said, Mark, you know what? Get an O-ring, get a little buffer ring like that, put it on there like that, and then that way you won't have that problem. And again, that O-ring right there is protecting the finish of the base plate on this and all my other razors. As far as the O-ring with the Ascension razors, yes, you can use the O-ring, or the O-ring is optional, but the O-ring on these twist adjustable razors give you a little extra quarter turn to open up that blade gap if you want to go a little more aggressive. I don't open it up that wide, but some shavers might want to open it up a little bit beyond that first quarter turn. Maybe they want to go a little farther. And that O-ring there just adds to the stability of the razor head, so to speak. The way this works is the razor blade, when it's inserted in this razor head, it acts as a spring, and it creates tension, against the handle, and so that when you unwind this, that tension is still there, and it's creating a force against this handle, and the razor head stays very, very stable. I hope I explained that correctly. It just creates tension in there where the razor head stays very, very stable and allows you to open up that blade gap so that this is not going to slide around or move around. It's going to be very, very stable. So the O-ring allows you to open up a little more. You don't necessarily have to have the O-ring, but again, I don't want to mar the surfaces, so I keep the O-ring in place, even though I'm not going to open up the blade gap that much. Quarter turn on these Ascension razors is more than enough aggression for me. By the way, I love these razors. This is the copper Ascension razor, and it is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful razor. I will link it below. The great advantage of this is not only the twist adjustability and the double open comb, which is absolutely great, is that the copper retains a lot of heat. So you recall the shaving tip at the top of the show from Paul. Well, you know what? You can heat this razor up under some hot water, and it will retain that heat and give you a wonderful warm shave. That's why I like this. It's like having a heated razor in kind of an elegant, old-fashioned way. No electricity, just get the hot water. You don't have to plug it into the wall, just get the hot water and it will retain the heat. Absolutely fantastic feature about this razor. Absolutely love it. So yeah, that's it. The O-rings just help protect that base plate from being marred. That's really the main point of it, as I understand it. And the O-ring and the Ascension razor just gives you a little more adjustability, lets you open up that blade gap a little more. Thanks very much for the question, BG. Really do appreciate it. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. I'm on Facebook. Check out my Facebook page. Check out Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for some great shaving gear. Check out vikingsblade.com for some great shaving gear. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark080, where you'll find all the products I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.